You've heard me talk about The Collective before, this independent media group that is built to challenge oppression, amplify marginalized voices, and create real, lasting change. And right now, they have a special deal for the listeners of this podcast. You can get 50% off your yearly Collective membership, and you just have to use the code Jeremy50, Jeremy 50. And if you'd like to do that, or at least just support independent media, go to thecollective.com. That's TheQuollective.com, thecollective.com. And you can see some of my writing there, as well as some amazing writers from all over the spectrum. Thecollective.com, TheQuollective.com, and the promotion code Jeremy50. Welcome to the Unbelief Podcast, your journey, actually our journey together beyond inherited beliefs to a spirituality that works for you. I'm your host, Jeremy. I'm a deep skeptic, also a pastor. We can fix that later, right? No? Damn. Welcome to the Unbelief Podcast. I am Jeremy, and today I've got something special. I was at the No Kings protest in Washington, D.C., and while I was there, I interviewed a bunch of people about faith and government and politics and why they were there. The No Kings protest. Some of them were people of faith, some of them were not, but their words are interesting. And so I am just giving you those interviews here. I've done my best to clean up the audio. Obviously, there was a lot of background noise, but even with a little bit of background noise, I think their words will be fascinating and helpful to you as you process all of this. So here it is. People from the No Kings protest in their own words.
Jesus would stop Trump's cruelty. Why that sign?
Because there's all these, it's anti-Christian.
Right.
The Christian right use Trump on pass
What the ancestors to failed to act.
all kinds of different groups.
Uh-huh.
LGBTQ, immigrants.
Yeah.
It's staggering how backward we've become. And racist.
Right. No, for sure. And I'm curious, do you have friends that are people of faith that actually are bothered by this?
Or a foreign torture.
Or is that for you, just not in your world?
I don't know.
I have people of faith in my family, and
Yeah.
I showed them that sign. They hated it.
Really? Why did they hate it?
They didn't say why they hated the sign. They just talked about Trump.
Oh, yeah.
A wonderful guy.
Yeah, for sure.
They changed the subject. They don't want to acknowledge that Jesus was a good person.
Yeah.
He was not.
Yeah.
He was just awful.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
he's a womanizer. They gave him a pass on that. He should kill people on the border that were innocent. He's
Yeah.
sure they're drug runners, but they don't deserve to die.
Yeah, it's wild to me that the religious right that rose up to be all about these sort of ethical values and moral values and came against former presidents for being unfaithful to their spouses and stuff like that are now supporting Trump.
So
They're supporting Trump because Trump's supporting them, I think.
Yeah,
And they know Trump is an atheist, and they don't care.
right, yeah.
well, and the whole abortion thing. They push about abortion, but they make people have a baby and then they don't want to take care of it.
Right.
So they turn down these things that like Medicaid
Yep.
that would help people
Yeah.
that don't have money. It's all about
Yeah.
feathering the nest of the rich.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
I'm a kindergarten teacher,
Okay.
now, so I'm
Okay.
not gonna
You don't want to be on camera.
no, I mean, I don't mind.
Okay. Okay, great. I don't want to show people unless you're okay with it. Yeah.
Just my humble opinion.
No, so tell me what.
See how I'm reconciling all of this.
Yeah, really.
Well, first of all, my faith is decreasing.
Yeah, sure.
I'm looking for other ways to think about my faith, I
Uh-huh.
guess,
Yeah.
and distancing myself from the people I grew up with who are Christian nationalists.
Yeah.
I grew up in a Methodist church, and
Yeah.
a lot of these people are Trumpers, and
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
You know,
Why? What is it that bothers you the most about that?
the way that we're supposed to be loving each other and looking out for each other and taking care of each other.
Right.
You know, Jesus, I think of as kind of Mr. Roger.
Yes, I love this. Love like Mr. Rogers, right?
That's how we're supposed to be taking care of each other. And as an elementary school teacher with children from all,
Uh-huh.
parts of the world, that's how I'm, navigating this.
Yeah.
So, I can't explain why other white people don't care about each other. I can't explain how they reconcile that with their faith.
Yeah. Well, do you ever have conversations with those people that are from the rest of your life, or is it
No,
not
I mean, I
productive?
used to, but I feel like it's not productive at this point. So I've just kind of given that up.
Yeah. Well, what?
Letting people be.
Yeah. No, I get
Sorry.
that. No, it's fine. Like when you talked to them before, what were the conversations like?
It's just that like, for example, somebody might pick up and say, I just think people aren't logical,
Right.
rational, and so
Right.
it's impossible to talk to them about it.
How do they justify the contradictions and like what the religious right used to stand for?
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
I don't have that answer. So
No, I get that. Thank you so much for talking.
I didn't have any
No,
information.
it's really helpful to like have people talk about.
Of this.
Yeah.
See, I don't feel like I should be judging people, and
Yeah.
religion feels more like judgmental. Like
Yeah.
these people are not gay people and women
Yeah.
and African American people, and they're just judging other people
Yeah.
instead of being curious and loving people.
Yeah.
And we're all neighbors. We should
Yeah.
all be taking care of each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems like the Christians would be doing it the most.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you talking to me.
On my soapbox. My mom still lives in Wilmore, Kentucky, which they're
Oh, I know all about Wilmore.
do.
Yes.
My mom still is in a nursing home there.
Yeah.
You drive down there and it's Trump everywhere.
It's
And we're like,
wild.
oh, how can you say you love Jesus and not love people?
Right.
It does not make sense to me. Yeah. It seems like you should be in the most loving place.
Right.
Drives there,
Yeah.
Also, my daughter lives in Charleston, and you drive down 95,
Yeah.
it's Confederate flags, it's Jesus signs, but
Yeah.
not Jesus in a good way. It's
Right.
a scary way.
Yeah. Oh,
So
it's so.
I hope you can find some people of faith that are
Me too.
thinking correctly about it.
Yeah.
I don't blame Jesus. I still
No.
think Jesus is awesome.
Yeah. Right. No, that's it.
It's the
Jesus
people
is the
that's,
problem.
Yeah, Jesus rocks. But
Yeah.
This is the people that are twisty.
Yeah.
Or somehow benefit or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Anyway.
I don't really have anything to say.
No, you had a lot to say, and I really appreciate it. And
I
finding somebody.
So that I was just walking here like this with my cute little sign, and some guy walked by me and said, "Fuck you."
You are kidding
I
me.
feel like a woman holding a Mr. Rogers sign.
Jeez.
As soon as I realized what happened, he was like, "Ooh." I said, "He's obviously Trump, or he acts just like him."
Yeah.
Say that to a woman.
Okay. Yeah. I know for sure.
So, but the rest of this is going to be peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you find some answers.
Yeah. Me
Maybe you
too.
can explain it to me. Are you on like a podcast or?
Yeah. I have I'm online. I'm called the Skeptic Pastor.
Oh,
And
I gotta check you out.
yeah, and I have an online religious community of people who of all different religious identities and non-identities who are trying to stay spiritual
Yes.
and be there for each other.
Of spiritual and not religious
Yeah.
anymore. That I still pray.
Yeah.
I still believe in something. I picture Jesus as more of a woman now. In
Yeah.
my head that
Oh yeah.
the guy holding the sheep, the white guy
Oh,
with the
for
beard.
sure. Yeah.
I've tried to change how that
White guy with the beard is nothing like Jesus for sure.
the little sheep.
Yeah.
And, just trying to be be good. I feel like that's what I can do most for my children,
Yeah.
my grandchildren, my kindergarten students.
Oh my God.
Try to be good, you
Yeah.
know, and show up to things like this.
Yeah, no, it's important to show up.
Find people like you.
Yeah, it's funny you said all that. Like my most recent book is called How to Not Suck as a Christian.
Dude, I gotta find you. How to
Yeah.
suck as a Christian.
Yeah,
I gotta check that out.
yeah, it's a lot of
So
fun.
I'm trying not to suck as a Christian. And I
Right?
still am one at this point.
Yeah, right, for sure.
So much of the stuff we were told growing up is just, especially as missionary kids,
Oh yeah.
the stuff we had to
So your parents were missionaries?
in Japan.
Oh wow.
OMS, it was called back then. I think it has a different name now. But
Wow.
yeah, we weren't allowed to misbehave because our dad could lose his job. And
Yeah.
there were like missionaries who were
Oh
pedophiles.
my gosh.
And so a lot of kids on the mission field that I knew were abused.
Oh geez.
Just trying to kind of reconcile. I think people put themselves in those kind of positions so they can have access,
Yeah.
you know. And I wasn't taught to stand up for myself or stand
Right.
up for women. I was taught to be quiet, you
Yeah.
know, and accept what everybody was telling me. So just trying to reconcile all my religious upbringing with who I want to be as a 60-year-old in this world. You know?
Right. Yeah. No, for sure. It's so hard, and that's why our community is called Not Church.
Dude, I gotta find you online.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's Skeptic Pastor, and Not Church is like somebody said it's like church, and that like people are there for each other. Like a guy was having surgery, and people like checked him.
reaching out.
All of that, except that nobody's judging him because he's got a tarot deck on his bedside table. So yeah, you should check it out. Not Church.
Not
Yeah.
church. I will.
Thank you so much for talking.
People and like love each other. You know, we're
Yeah.
all fallible and we're all human.
And
It could be such a good world to just embrace that or differences.
and I think what's interesting to me is that a lot of the people that I know that are in the more conservative religious spaces will see rallies like this and think of them as like these angry rallies when it's actually full of people like us that are like wanting to be loving. Like it really is.
We come here to kind of find people to like tease and
Yeah.
feel with, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, somebody feels like me, you know,
Yeah.
that lady with the giant penis. So, you know, I did
Yeah.
have the best chat with her about it. That all her materials were from her 1-year-old granddaughter's birthday party, the
Oh, wow.
balloons, the
Yeah.
tablecloth, the
Yeah.
construction
But not the
theater.
penis.
Yeah. But now she created it. But I was like, oh, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
We're all here wanting good for each other.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that you're finding your way in all of this and
Yeah.
found me. That's
Yeah. No, that's great.
My name is Charles Pitts. I am here because I feel like we need a change in our leadership in this country.
Mhm.
For the past year, especially, it has gone steadily downhill.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see a change made.
Yeah.
And I wish Congress would get off its, you know what, and do its job.
Yeah.
That's about all I have to say right now.
Yeah. Well, what about faith and Christianity? Do you think that should people who are Christians and believe in Jesus should? Yeah. Would you mind me putting you on camera? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. What about you? Do you feel like that should motivate people to speak out?
Well, it probably does motivate people to
Yeah.
speak out, but a lot of people don't like to put their face in front of a camera.
Right.
You have people like ice running around.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So that's about all I have to say.
So I'm curious, like when you see like the Christian nationalism and all of that, like what does that sort of say to you about the faith in America?
I think they are still a numerical minority.
Uh-huh.
Part of me faults Christians in general for not just smothering these people.
Right.
But that aside, I don't see them as majority. I am very upset that this has been spreading.
Yeah.
It making the news with hedge pass or hog's breath is just not.
Yeah.
It is no surprise.
Yeah.
But I've been watching this go on for Republicans and their association with this. Have been going on for the past 15 years, and ever since Trump 1-0, it's been increasing.
Yeah.
And it disturbs me because I think there's too many things that go wrong with them, and now they've gotten to power.
Yeah. Why do you think it's spreading?
I think it's more the thing of the number of people who have embraced authoritarianism. I think it's as old as humanity.
Yeah.
People get frustrated and frightened, and look for simple solutions.
Yeah.
And authoritarian provide the simplest.
Yeah.
We'll take care of the people who are making you unhappy.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Do you?
They're hypocrites.
Yeah.
Of course they are.
I mean, they're such, they're so anti-Islam, and yet they're all for the same kinds of restrictions and authorities and
Yeah.
Sharia law dictate.
It's just
And
I mean, it's always been a grotesque parody of what I think Christianity is about.
Yeah. Right. Do you have any Christians in your social circles at all?
yes,
Yeah.
People of faith?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gosh, yes, and they're all appalled.
Oh, they're all appalled.
Oh yeah.
What do they say about it?
Somebody even coarser than I am.
Right.
My older ones who are churchgoers,
about faith.
I'd be very patient, compassionate. My compassion was used up years ago.
Yeah. 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 So what do they? Do they take action? How do they deal with that within their own
I
movement?
don't know. I think some of them are in ecumenical groups.
Right. Right.
Try a dialogue back and forth.
Yeah.
Aside from that, I don't know.
Okay. But what about you, sir? What do you feel about like the faith part of what's going on with all of this?
I mean, with the
Christian nationalism.
and that. Well, I'm not a religious guy, but I don't. Those people. Well, the people leading it are just using religion to control stuff.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the just regular people, they may be believers, but I think they're crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, to believe that stuff. And yeah, that it's all about for the people that run those far right Christian stuff, like Kirk or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just make money, gain political power.
Yeah.
They're not. It's nothing else.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing about Jesus or anything like that in the stuff they say. I mean,
Yeah.
but they
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's wild that the religious right that sort of rose up with Jerry Falwell and all those people, like proclaiming all of these ethical and moral values.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that?
yeah.
isn't that-
I've been. Beth already went with him, Swagger, all those guys. They're TV preachers in it for money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing else.
Right.
Yeah, money and power.
Well, thank you guys so much for talking to me. I really appreciate you being willing to be on camera.
Okay.
Like two agnostics and atheists to give you all you need.
Right. There you go. Yeah. And so you see that one of the things that's happening is that as the Christian nationalism is getting airtime, that people are, that is changing the perception of Christianity. And yet there are these people in people's lives that are showing something different. And it's confusing, honestly, when those people aren't showing up. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Are any of you guys people of faith that would be willing to talk to me on a live stream about like the faith, why your faith might bring you here? Are you up for it? He's up for it. Okay, he's been voluntold. Okay, so here we go. So thank you so much for saying yes. Hey, let's go this way so that we don't get so much of the. There you go. So okay, you're a person of faith.
Oh,
And-
man of faith, yes.
Yeah, and so does your faith? Is that part of why you're here?
Oh, yes, most definitely. As far as a man of faith, I do believe that God gives us the power and grace to always be there for each other and be able to do something no matter what. I mean, we always have the tools and intelligence necessary to, fight tyranny in whatever way we can. So to take an example from Jesus, he fought against tyranny.
Yes.
Why can't we?
Right.
It takes not just one, it takes all of us. So, he had some ride or die soldiers. He had his 12.
Yeah.
And for us, we have more than 12. There's a lot of us. There's many of us.
Right.
And we can get that pinhead out of office. Definitely.
Yeah. So what does it like? What does it make you think? Like all the Christian nationalists, all these people that are supporting all of this stuff in the name of Jesus, like, what do you do with that?
What I do with that? Everybody has their difference of opinions on how their faith has brought them to certain points in their life.
Uh-huh.
But I think we need to come accord on one common collective. It's all always the betterment of the future and for our kids.
Right.
And that's the examples we actually need to take from each other and look at that principle. Like it's always about moving forward and being I'm sorry, because there's so much stuff going on.
No, yeah.
It takes all of us. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a village to raise our children and do all that stuff. So as a man of faith and just take an example of Jesus, we just got to see how he did it. Now times, of course, are a little more different.
Yeah.
But there's more of us than there is them. There was more of us than them back then. There's more of us than them even now. So
yeah. So, when I think about like all of the different movements for justice in America over history, the religion has been, the Christianity has been a huge mover in that, a huge part of it. And right now it feels like at least the public perception is Christianity is on the other side right now.
Yeah.
So what about that? Like, is there some way to recover that?
There's always a way to recover, I do believe, but it's one of those things that it takes us having the real crucial conversations and the uncomfortable. That's what it's really going to take.
Right.
It's going to take more of us actually being open to talk to a lot of people that have different viewpoints on certain things, even if we are of the same like Christian faith.
Right.
Because even though we are of the same Christian faith, everybody's experience, though growing up and going through life and even going through this is very much different. And I just feel that if we just open our mouths and not be afraid to talk to you, just like how you came to me to talk to me and I'm sharing this with you, I think if we just take that example and give it to everybody, and so it's okay to not be afraid, just come to talk to people.
Have you been able to have conversations with people, friends, family members that are on the other side of all of this?
Oh, most definitely. Since I'm in law enforcement has taught me that.
Right.
You have to open up your mouth. If you want to get information, you want to learn people, you want to meet them where you're at, you got to speak up and talk.
Yeah.
So I'm also a big socialite, so I have talked to people that's on the other side.
Right.
And I still do talk to people that's on the other side.
What are those conversations like with Christians?
Oh, with Christians, I just tell them like pretty much talk about the hard stuff that you don't want to talk about. Because I mean, if we're going to call ourselves soldiers of God and soldiers of Christ, we got to deal with the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
We got to just be real. Like if we've been on some stuff like some BS, we got to be honest and own up to it.
Yeah.
But I think that's another thing of us as most like sometimes religious folk, they want to always be praised for what's right, but in case there's a slip up, they always want to, not always, I'm generalizing, but most of us want to like always cower away. No, we got to own our stuff too.
Yeah.
If we had a wrong way of thinking, we made some wrong choices, we just got to show, hey, we're human, we make mistakes.
Yeah. So, if you could like talk to people who are people of faith that are bothered by this and want to talk to those friends and family members about that, like, what would you say? Like, how do they start that conversation?
I would say this. Okay, so if you're one that doesn't like any of this, were you speaking in terms of like not liking the protests?
Yeah, the people who are here, right?
Yeah,
other people who are here who might like to talk to their like MAGA friends and family members, but they don't really know how to start it. Like, what would you say? Like,
you have to start it with love. You have to say, look, we're all in this together, and you can't be somebody that is comfortable having a problem with this, but then when the benefits are being reaped from those that actually like fought for us and all this stuff, now you want to come home and reap those benefits like you were doing something.
Right.
When you had a totally different mindset that was on the negative side and the other side. So it's like we're all in this together, and just because you don't think it affects you, it does affect you, and it could negatively impact you.
Yeah.
Just we give warnings and have those conversations.
Right.
Hey, keep your eyes peeled. I'm telling you because I love you.
Yeah.
But it's that tough love conversation that like you would have with like the big brother that isn't doing right.
Right.
Or the cousin that you know was messing up. You got to just come to them like their family.
Right.
Because that's the easiest conversation to have. Come to a stranger like their family.
Yeah.
That's how you meet them where they at.
Right. And so you've been trained in some of that.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, but I'm also a jabberjaw. Just like, I mean, I could probably do this live stream thing forever.
Well, okay. So tell me, can you remember a conversation that you've had with somebody
not recently. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
And I have to dig in my memory banks, but I did have a conversation with someone that was of a different faith,
Yeah.
a different Christian faith, and they were so quick to talk about how Christians want to always quote unquote hypnotize somebody into their religion, and it was and I said, whoa, slow down, brother. I said, I'm a Christian man. I tell you right now, as a Christian man, I don't do any of it.
Yeah.
I said, I tried to show them, hey, this is what we believe in, or this is what I believe.
Right.
I said, this is what I believe in. We follow the ways of Jesus, and we just take from that example. But that doesn't guarantee that the benefits and all that stuff of our hard work is going to be one the same as his.
Yeah.
And we may go through the hell just as much as bad challenges as he did.
Yeah.
Because the Christian life is never easy.
Yeah.
But I'm teaching them it's a work that always must be done. It's you kind of got to be willing to live by it and be willing to die by it.
Yeah.
In some cases, like he did.
Yeah. Okay.
There is nothing Christian about Christian nationalism.
Right.
And I like what Reverend Barber says. It's identity theft. They're
Yes.
not Christians.
I love that.
They're not Christians at all.
Yeah. So why?
But that's part of the whole authoritarianism thing.
Yeah.
They co-opt these groups, these religious groups, because they've already had a partial lobotomy. They believe all the shit that this religion says, all the weird things in religion in the Bible. And so he comes in and he co-opts the rest of their brain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you know any people of faith that disagree with that might even show up to something like this?
Oh
Do you have
my
any
God.
friends?
What about the guy running in Texas, Talarico?
Yeah.
Do you know if you
I'm not super familiar with him. Tell us about it.
He's he almost makes you believe in God.
Yeah.
I mean, he speaks to them as a true Christian. He stands up to them. And Hexeth, minister, has called for him, for someone to kill him. Said he needs to be put on the cross like Jesus Christ.
Wow.
And this guy's a true Christian. He's actually comes from a family of ministers, and he might be I don't know what kind of position. Presbyterian or something. Yeah. No, he's
Secondary school or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And so do you have any friends that are in that group? There are maybe people of faith that
What do you mean, like
people that you know personally that are
national?
oh no, that are Christians, but yeah. Would you mind me would you mind me putting you on camera? Okay, so tell me about your experience with the other people, the people who aren't Christian nationalists but claim to be Christian.
Yes, they are. They're Lutherans, they're Baptists, they're Methodists, and they're outraged and brokenhearted. And they also think that they've co-opted part of the language and turned it into this cult talk. And they're disheartened and sad and outraged. Yeah.
What do they do things about it, or do they? Or
Well, they'll be at marches.
oh yeah,
They're in Seattle and North Carolina. They'll be at marches.
yeah, and I think that's a story that the media doesn't often cover, right?
Never covers.
Right, they give the voice to the Christian nationalists, but
That's all they do.
yeah,
Well, the legacy media doesn't cover it at all.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but it's kind of the way it is. They don't cover the truth. They
Right.
pick out a few words and try to make sense out of it.
yeah,
You don't need a religion to be a good person.
right.
Love your neighbor. That's all you need. You do not, but you need organized religion to do some of the atrocities that are going on in this country. Like you see what's happening to the Palestinians in Gaza.
And think about Barber. Tell us more about Barber.
I did. And Reverend Barber, fabulous, out of North Carolina. He does Moral Mondays. He'll be back up here from North Carolina this Monday. Just fight
He'll
for
be here.
people.
Up here.
Where?
Here.
Just look up Moral Mondays, Reverend Barber. He's going to be at a church somewhere in the Northwest, I think.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
He's
talking.
here a lot, but I think he's amazing.
But he's amazing. He's a true Christian.
What's his message about?
His a mess about love your neighbor.
Yeah.
It's about helping people that are in poverty.
That's it. That's the podcast. Shout out to the Choir Network, to Patheos, to Matthew and Keith, who make everything happen. Now, get out of here. Go do something to make the world a better place. Okay? We'll see you next time.